Well, the time for you is 6:52 on the clock on Rise and Shine time for you, Monday's edition of Rise and Shine. As promised, we do have the guest, a young and energetic guest who's trying to represent Sri Lanka, take it a little bit higher up the scale. It's our pleasure to have him on this studios with us. If you want to be part of the conversation, you can join the discussion on 250-5315. Buddhima, are we ready with the guest?
Well, yes, Sakuni. Very good morning to you, Mr. Pathmanathan, Prassanna Pathmanathan. Very good morning to you. So, actually, being the Young Entrepreneur of the Year 2012, that's been a great award, actually, a global-wide accepted award. So, talking about this award in the very first place.
Yeah, it's called the Young Creative Entrepreneur Fashion and the Design Award. So, I'm the winner from Sri Lanka this year. It's a globally recognized award given by the British Council, so where they call out for applications in all the fashion and the design sector, which includes interior designing, architecture, fashion designing, graphic designing, fashion promotion, fashion marketing, PR, then event promotion, fashion, just journalism, media, publication. So out of all the creative sector, applicants were called, and then they shortlist 4 finalists. So I was in the top 4.
What categories did you apply for?
No, it's like this. Out of all the creative sectors, only one person will be awarded.
Right.
So it's not exactly that you need to apply in one category. If you fit into any of these categories, you can go into the award and you can apply. So I was doing a lot of things in terms of fashion because I'm a fashion journalist and I'm a fashion stylist. Also, I'm like a fashion show producer in terms of fashion contests and fashion shows, where I give platform for the young creative talents of Sri Lanka. And also, I'm the national director of Mr. Earth for Sri Lanka. So, as a package, I applied for this award and finally won it.
All right, so it's been a great achievement, actually. So what did you feel when you actually received this award? Now, this is actually considering about the Sri Lanka-UK relations also. So what did you actually feel when you received this award?
Well, when I, because the top 4 finalists were like, you know, including me, they were like extremely good. So it was, you can't actually predict that you will win this award because they were equally talented like me. So we went and did the presentation in front of a panel of judges, and I had to sit for like a 40-minute interview, face a 40-minute interview with the judges, and I was like, you know, really freaked. And but I had a confidence in me, like, you know, I did my level best, but still you can't just predict the results. But it was one day that they took to announce the winner. So it was extremely tough, like, you know, but when I got to know, it felt so happy. I felt really, really happy about winning this award. And now currently we are working on the process of going to the London Fashion Week and the London Design Festival. The winner will represent Sri Lanka there with the other national winners from all around the world. So currently I'm working on my website and, you know, working on the portfolio and few presentations that we are going to go and produce over there. So it feels really good.
Right, Prasanna, talking a little bit about how you got there. I'm sure no journey is easy. You'd have had trial rounds and sort of like your downs, your days which weren't really up there. Talk a little bit, let's go back and talk a little bit about how you got there.
Well, still it's very surprising the way that I got in, because while schooling I was being like a very nerdy kid, right, always into books, and I was never considered fashion as like, you know, a side career that I would take. But the thing is, my interest towards fashion came when I started my just a hobby of, you know, I'm really good in terms of writing, right? So I started my career as a writer, right, for a few magazines and papers like that. Not a career, but just a hobby. But that made me to move into fashion because I really liked interviewing models and, you know, designers, being into the glamorous, the fashion arena. So from there onwards, I saw a lot of potential in Sri Lankan fashion talents, and I launched a fashion contest with great difficulties. I launched it in 2011 called the Flamboyance 2011, so which I'm still planning to continue. Then I've been offered the franchise of Mr. Earth at a very young age. At the age of 24, I received this franchise, so I became the national director of Sri Lanka. Then from there onwards, I started doing a lot of fashion-related work, which is not my
so if this is your sideline, what is your mainstream?
Well, basically, I'm a graduate from University of Westminster in Information System with Business Management. So currently, I have my consultancy firm where I provide communication and PR consultancy because I'm a PR specialist as well for a lot of brands over here. More than that, I'm a corporate trainer. So I do train a lot of organizations on various different areas. Plus, I do lecture since I'm a lecturer. So I lecture for undergrads.
All right, so you're
The main
actually
thing,
into
yeah.
many areas. So how do you actually manage your time in, getting all the work done?
That's a very good question, like many people ask me. Because I firmly believe if you like something and if you love to do something, I think you can manage your time. But still, I have my time for my fun time and for my entertainment, hanging out with friends and all. I think it's with the support and help from the people you get from your colleagues or from your family, and also you need to plan things ahead. So I used to plan things ahead, which helps me to manage my time, properly.
All right. So actually, in connection to that, actually, you're also the first Asian to have got the opportunity to judge Mr. Earth as well. So that was in North America. So how was the experience that you received there?
Well, it was a very great experience when I received the invitation to go and judge at a very young age. That was last year. To go and judge an international pageant, because I never had an experience in terms of even judging a local pageant. But they were very impressed with my portfolio since they invited me. When we went there, they didn't announce us as a judge. Unless in any national or Sri Lankan pageants where you get the judges only on the last day of the event. But over in international pageant, it's not like that. Judges are with the contestant from day one. So if you have like a 10-day pageant, so we will be mingling with the contestant for like 10 days without even letting them know that we are the judges. So we observe them. So we were given like set of papers in terms of how you carry out the judging process. So we were looking at their etiquette, their behavior, their friendliness, their down-to-earth thing, and their personality, and how good they are in their protocols, etiquette, glamour, elegance. Everything has been judged from day one without them knowing who were the judges. So on the last
Bit of undercover mission going on there.
Sorry?
Bit of undercover mission going on.
Exactly. And the day before the gala event, where they had a personal interview with the judges, where they have to sit with like a one-to-one basis for like 15 minutes, right? And on that particular day only, the contestants got to know that we were the judges, and they were like shocked. Because we were like, just playing around, partying with them, and, being like friends with them. And now they see us as a judge. So that was a great experience. And on the gala day, on the finals, again, we were judging them on certain criteria and announced the winner.
All right. So actually, Mr. Water 2012 has also been a significant one in your life. So talking about that this time.
Yeah. Now, Mr. Earth has 4 more titles. So, since I was a national director, I took a contestant from Sri Lanka and went, called Mr. Milinda Wickramasinghe. He's from University of Monash and an athlete and a swimmer and things like that. So, I did a wide search and found him as the fit for this particular contest. So, he went, performed really well, faced the interview really, really well. But since I was the national director plus judge, I didn't judge him because it will be biased towards Sri Lanka. So while they did their personal interview with him, I just walked out. I only marked the other countries, but not Sri Lanka. But finally, I was surprised, when they announced him as the second runners-up, and he won the title called Mr. Water. And I'm really proud to say that it's the first time in Sri Lanka a male won a place in a pageant, and that's the first time in the history of Sri Lanka.
Prassanna, talking a little bit about where you schooled, because can you talk a little bit about where you schooled and the sort of early education you had and the early life you had here in Sri Lanka?
Well, I schooled at Naika College, Colombo 7, and where I received my primary and the secondary education over there. And then I did my higher education also over here at Informatics, where it's affiliated with University of Westminster, UK. And I think the knowledge and the experience that I got from my school and from my college has helped me immensely in terms of to come up to this much of a level at a very young age. So I'm grateful for my teachers and my lecturers and everyone who helped me to come on this long journey. Yeah.
And we also know that during your free time you used to work here at Rupavani, a bit of freelancing going on there. So
Sorry?
what was your connection with Rupavani Corporation back in the time when you were maybe
okay.
a child? Because this is no unusual studio to you, because you've been presenting your own shows on this particular studio as well, but you're being interviewed as a guest today. But tell us a little bit about the connection you had back in the day.
Yeah, it was like, I think 10 years ago, the same place over here. I used to sit and like, compare or like, interview a guest like you all when I was a kid. Not exactly a kid, I was like 14 years old at that time. Well, it was an opportunity where they did a school-wide search for few people who could present and, do like a children's program. So I was shortlisted and came for like 2-3 screen tests. So then they trained us because we had no experience at that time. So just came here and, did that type of a program, and that was my first time in front of a camera at a very young age.
What medium did you present yourself in?
It was in Tamil and Sinhalese both.
Okay.
So I used to do both the languages.
All right, so what are the other areas of expertise when you consider fashion in your commitments?
Yeah, see, as I mentioned to you, I started as a fashion journalist where I feature and interview the fashion designers, the fashion models, and then I review fashion shows and trade shows and give constructive criticism and feedback to the organizers. Apart from that, I moved into fashion styling, which is a new area over here, where normally when you take a photo shoot, there's not, this fashion styling is not a, very known concept. Normally the photographers themselves, they, style, but, that is not the proper way. So I started styling photo shoots.
If I may stop you there, what is your definition of fashion styling?
Okay, fashion stylist is like one of the major key areas in fashion arena abroad. So you have various type of fashion stylists. Say for example, if you're a celebrity, you will have your permanent fashion stylist. He will decide on what you should wear, your attire to your, accessories to your makeup to your everything he will decide. But unfortunately, we don't have like, quite a lot big celebrities who could afford a stylist over here. So we do like, photo styling, or you say fashion shoot styling, where the fashion stylist will organize the whole shoot, develop the concept for that particular shoot, and decide, okay, if this is the model, what is the best attire that will suit the model, if you select a designer. And he will decide on the eye and makeup to the location, to the poses, to everything.
Right, along those lines, would I like to remind the public that the telephone line has been open to the public. So join the live discussion on 2505315 with Prasanna. Talk to us a little bit about anything you want to talk to him about, his fashion life, his personal life, his sort of exposure with the international community, international models. He's been working with a lot of big names, a lot of lovely people. So we're going to move into a small music break. We will be coming with Prasanna on the other side. Stay with us.